Hey guys, today I have kind of a different video for you. It's about kind of video production and lighting. So I'm going to kind of show you the setup that we have. I met with a couple professionals. Both of these people are good friends of mine, so it's kind of who you know, but I wanted to share who I know. So they are so knowledgeable, and I'm so excited for them to share with you guys what they've learned. So here we go. I'm stoked.
Set it like that, like that. So let's get to it. So like,
is it on auto?
It's messy, and so I could have this. What?
Are you recording?
Go.
Yep.
Yeah, my name's Andy, and I work for a company in Seattle that specializes in video production.
This is Sarah from...
I have a beauty channel too. I'm just here to get some
Holla.
sneaky tips and tricks. So yeah, my channel is xXSarahNicoleXx.
And I just thought it would be great to come see what Alyssa's doing, like how she's doing it, and we just wanted to make this episode about process, because if we can build a really great lighting environment and a really great process for start to finish doing a video in a way that's really simple and she doesn't have to think about that anymore, then all of a sudden the creativity can just flow. There's also this kind of other realm about making the videos themselves that's not really like what you want to specialize in, but yet it's a necessary thing that you have to do. It's
totally necessary. Right? I always think about that, about how like there's a whole separate world that no one can see, and you kind of have to have a little bit of knowledge about it to make what you're trying to do come across, even though, like you said, it's totally irrelevant, but it's very closely intertwined at the same time. So
we're just going to get to work streamlining the process so she can just be creative.
I'm really excited to just go into making a makeup tutorial video instead of getting that tripod and like making sure, like sometimes I'm even grabbing a side table and this drawer is like hanging out halfway and I'm like scrambling with a bunch of shit like right now, like so I'm stoked. It'll be fun.
When you have an idea, what's the first thing that you do? Like,
okay, usually I scramble and I realize all my brushes are dirty and so I have to spot clean them, so then I'm like behind already 20 minutes. But then after that,
just figuring this stuff out, like
yeah.
It's going to be stuff that's good. So think about maybe if we switch things around, you would just feel more inspired, you know? You know that cleaning, like maybe starting cleaning your brushes isn't the most like creatively inspiring thing. It kind of sucks, right? So what if you put that at the very end so that you're doing the stuff that kind of is a
it's tedious,
like an emotional, like I feel like there's only so much emotional energy that I have to be creative, and I don't want to blow it up at the front because then I'll like get myself worked up and anxious that I have less and less time left and stuff. So I think order of operations can help a lot with like staying inspired. Then don't you have to like kick into like video producer mode? And
I first checked my battery because I learned very quickly that you don't get anywhere without your battery.
Yeah.
So I make sure at least it's like half juiced. And then I'll set up my tripod, and then like he said, I just got some lighting and he gave me like a few tips last week, so I took those and set up the lighting a little bit, but it is like a take up, take down situation.
Right? And we want to build something that is, you can set it up, you can tear it down really fast, right? Because like doing that process,
or you want to keep it standing.
So I went through years of doing that, and because we've been in like tiny little apartment to tiny little apartment, and I had to film in whatever space I could, and so it was like set up the lights, set up the camera, set up all my makeup, spew all the products everywhere, and now I actually have like something that's a little consistent. I can keep my lights in our closet. It's like the tiniest little corner, but they can kind of stay there, so all I have to do is like position them a little bit, and then my makeup's pretty much there. So like the creativity feels like it's there because I can pick from my products, but I don't have to worry about, okay, it's an hour and a half of setup and tear down, you know, or whatever, because it can be really
tedious.
Yeah.
What I find is if I can lock down the way I do something and commit to just doing that the same way for the next however long, and then I'll change it once I get to that end period, then I can commit the rest of my brain to just doing the task, you know, not setting up all that stuff. I think that you watching this video should just quickly write down what is my process for making my videos, and just look at it from a glance and go, highlight the parts that you like scratch the parts that you don't like. But if you can sort of zoom out of your kind of day-to-day doing this, I think you're going to learn a lot just looking at it yourself from a distance.
Unfortunately, a lot of the footage that we had recorded did not come through properly, so there's you're going to kind of see like pieces and pieces.
Alright, so we experimented a couple different times. We tried shooting against the blank wall, we tried shooting against the office side to just try to get two different feels, and I think we landed on two different looks. If you're doing something that's like intense and wanting to like do a tutorial that's like stepping up your game on
Wing
a certain
liner,
thing.
cut crease.
Yeah, like something that's like, so I don't know what that means at all. Basically, try to separate yourself from the background, right? So we tried putting you all the way up against the wall. We saw that didn't look very good, but as we pulled you away from the wall got darker and you stayed the same intensity. So we made the wall like nice and not too dark, but pretty not, secondary to you, right? Something that's less serious, I think shooting against this side of the room is great because it feels approachable and stuff like that.
This is what that would look like as far as setup goes. Okay, so as you can see, this is definitely like really, really good lighting. I mean, I could really use this with the makeup tutorials as well, so it's really up to you. But the point that he wanted to make was that there's definitely options, and creating a tone to your video is not just your actual demeanor. It has to do with everything around you, behind the camera, in front of the camera.
The entire principle that I think makes the images look like this genre of style of video is having the camera pretty much like as close to the light source as possible, and just pointing the camera in any direction is really going to give you a good look if you get that lighting right. So there it is.
All right, well, thanks again, Andy, so much for joining, and Sarah for participating. It was so fun. I will be linking a ton of stuff down below, so make sure you check that out. Thanks, guys. Cut! Imagine doing that.